Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Boost. In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to talk about your daily routine in English. This is a very important topic because we use it in everyday conversations. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to talk about your day clearly and confidently. You will learn common verbs and useful vocabulary, time expressions and frequency words, and how to describe your routine step by step. We will also look at how to ask and answer questions, along with some real-life conversations. So, let's get started and improve your English step by step. Let's understand what a daily routine is. A daily routine means the activities you do every day. It helps you talk about your life in a clear and simple way. A typical routine usually has three main parts. It includes your morning activities, your work or school time, and your evening and night habits. For example, you can say, I wake up early, go to work, and relax at night. This is how we describe our daily routine in English. Now let's look at some important daily use verbs. These are common action words that help you talk about your routine clearly. First, for morning activities, we use verbs like wake up, get up, wash, brush, take a shower, and get dressed. For work or study, we use verbs such as work, study, read, write, attend, and finish. At home, we often say cook, clean, wash, tidy, and fix. For communication, we use words like talk, call, ask, tell, and reply. When we talk about movement, we use verbs like go, come, walk, run, and travel. And for relaxation, we use verbs like watch, read, play, and sleep. Now let's learn how to talk about time in your daily routine. We use different time expressions to show when something happens. First, for parts of the day, we say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night. Next, for exact time, we use at plus the time. For example, at 7 a.m. or at 6:30 p.m. For days, we use on. For example, on Monday or on weekends. And for longer periods like months or years, we use in. For example, in January or in 2025. Now let's talk about frequency words. These words tell us how often we do something. We use words like always, which means 100% of the time. Usually or often means around 70 to 80%. Sometimes means about 50%. Rarely means only a few times, around 10%. And never means 0% or not at all. For example, you can say, I always wake up early. She often goes to the gym. Now let's learn sequence words. These words help you connect your ideas and describe your routine step by step. We use words like first, then, after that, next, and finally. They make your sentences clear and easy to follow. For example, you can say, first I wake up, then I brush my teeth. After that, I get ready, and finally, I go to work. Using sequence words will make your speaking more smooth and natural. Now, let's talk about your early morning routine. First, we have waking up actions. These include wake up, turn off the alarm, hit the snooze button, and get up. For example, you can say, I wake up at 6 a.m. and turn off my alarm. After that, we have early morning actions. These include stretch, yawn, and make the bed. For example, I stretch and make my bed before starting my day. These are the first steps of your daily routine. Now, let's talk about personal hygiene and grooming. First, personal hygiene. These are basic activities to keep yourself clean. We use verbs like wash your face, brush your teeth, and take a shower. For example, you can say, I brush my teeth before breakfast. Next, grooming. These are activities to get ready and look neat. We use verbs like dry yourself, comb your hair, shave, put on makeup, and get dressed. For example, I get dressed and comb my hair before leaving home. These actions help you start your day fresh and confident. Now, let's continue with the next part of your morning routine. First, the breakfast routine. You can say, make breakfast, eat breakfast, and drink tea, coffee, milkshake, or juice. For example, I make breakfast and drink coffee. Next, morning tasks. These include checking your phone, checking emails, packing your bag, and feeding your pet. These are small but important activities before leaving home. Now, leaving home. We use phrases like put on your shoes, lock the door, and leave home. For example, I put on my shoes, lock the door, and leave for work. Finally, commuting. This means traveling to work or school. You can say walk to the bus stop, take the bus or train, drive to work, or go by bike. For example, I take the bus to work every morning. These steps complete your morning routine before starting your day. Now let's look at a full morning routine example. You can describe it step by step like this. I wake up at 6:30. Then I get up and stretch. After that, I take a shower and get ready. Then I eat breakfast. And finally, I leave home. Now let's see a simple morning conversation. Emma, what time do you wake up? David, around 6:30. Emma, what do you do next? David, I get ready and have breakfast. This is how you can talk about your morning routine in real conversations. Now, let's talk about the afternoon or work routine. First, some useful noon vocabulary. We use phrases like at noon, lunch break, and lunch hour to talk about the middle of the day. Next, let's look at some common afternoon activities. You can say eat lunch, attend meetings, work on tasks, and reply to emails. For example, you can say, at noon, I take a lunch break and eat lunch. Then I attend meetings, work on my tasks, and reply to emails. This is how you can describe your work routine clearly and naturally. Now let's talk about the evening routine. First, some useful evening vocabulary. We use words like sunset, evening time, and dusk to describe the time when the day becomes dark. Next, evening activities. Common activities include cook dinner, eat dinner, watch TV, relax, and go out. For example, you can say, in the evening, I cook dinner and eat with my family. After that, I watch TV or relax. Sometimes I go out with friends. Let's talk about leisure activities. These are things you do in your free time to relax. Common leisure activities include watching movies, reading books, spending time with family, and going for a walk. Now let's see a simple evening conversation. Liam, what do you do in the evening? Sophia, I relax and watch TV. Now here's a simple example routine. I come home at 6. Then I cook dinner. After that, I watch TV and relax. This is how you can talk about your free time in a simple and natural way. Now, let's talk about the night routine. First, some useful night vocabulary. We use phrases like at night, midnight, and bedtime to talk about this part of the day. Next, night actions. Before sleeping, we usually do activities like brushing our teeth, changing clothes, setting an alarm, and getting ready for bed. After that, we may read a book, use our phone, or relax for some time. For example, you can say, at night, I brush my teeth, set my alarm, and get ready for bed. Then I read a book and go to sleep. This is how you describe your night routine. Let's talk about sleep actions. We use phrases like go to bed, fall asleep, and sleep. Go to bed means you go to your bed. Fall asleep means you start sleeping. Sleep means you are resting. For example, you can say, I go to bed at 10 p.m. Then I fall asleep quickly and sleep well. This is how you talk about sleep in your daily routine. Now let's talk about home or general activities. These are everyday tasks we do at home. Common actions include clean, cook, wash dishes, organize, and fix things. For example, you can say, I cook dinner and wash the dishes. Then I clean and organize my room. Sometimes I fix small things at home. These activities help you describe your daily life clearly. Now let's look at a real-life conversation. Emma, what time do you usually start your day? Ryan, I start my day around 7 a.m. Emma, that's nice. What do you do after that? Ryan, first I freshen up. Then I have breakfast and get ready for work. Emma, Do you leave home early, Ryan? Yes, I usually leave by 8 a.m. This is how you can talk about your daily routine in a natural conversation. Let's look at a work routine conversation. David, do you work from home or go to the office? Sophia, I go to the office most days. David, how do you get there? Sophia, I usually take the bus. David, what time do you start work? Sophia, I start at 9 a.m. and finish around 5:30 p.m. David, that sounds like a busy schedule. Sophia, but I manage it well. This is how you talk about your work routine. Next, let's look at a busy day conversation. Liam, are you usually busy during the day? Olivia, yes, I have a lot of work to do. Liam, what kind of tasks do you handle? Olivia, I attend meetings, reply to emails, and complete my projects. Liam, do you get time to relax? Olivia, not much during the day, but I relax in the evening. This is how you describe a busy routine in a simple way. Let's look at a relaxed routine. Noah, how is your daily routine? Ava, it's quite relaxed most days. Noah, that sounds good. What do you usually do? Ava, I take my time in the morning and don't rush. Noah, do you work or study? Ava, I work, but my schedule is flexible. Noah, that's really nice. Ava, yes, it helps me stay calm and productive. This is how you describe a relaxed routine in a simple way. Here's how people talk about their weekend plans. Lucas, what do you usually do on weekends? Mia, I like to relax and spend time with friends. Lucas, do you go out often? Mia, sometimes. I also enjoy staying at home and watching movies. Lucas, do you have any plans this weekend? Mia, not really. Maybe I'll go out for dinner or just rest. Lucas, that sounds perfect. Mia, yes, weekends are for relaxing. Let's look at an example of a working professional's routine. I usually wake up at around 6:30 in the morning. Then I get up, brush my teeth, and take a shower. After that, I have breakfast and get ready for the day. I leave home and take the bus to work. I arrive at the office at around 9 a.m. I grab a cup of coffee and check my emails. During the day, I attend meetings and work on my tasks. Around 1 p.m., I take a break and have lunch. In the afternoon, I continue working until evening. I finish work at 5:30 p.m. Then I take a train and go to the gym before heading home. I exercise for about an hour. After that, I return home and relax for some time. In the evening, I sometimes watch TV or go for a walk. Then I have dinner with my family. Before going to bed, I read a book or check my phone. Finally, I go to bed at around 10:30 p.m. Here's a homemaker's daily routine. I usually wake up early in the morning, around 5:30 or 6 a.m. First, I get up, freshen up, and start my day. Then I prepare tea and breakfast for my family. After that, I clean the house, wash the dishes, and finish my morning chores. Once everyone leaves, I take some time to relax. Then I start cooking lunch for the family. In the afternoon, I have my meal and take a short rest. Later, I do other work like washing clothes or organizing the house. Sometimes I go out to buy groceries. In the evening, I prepare tea or snacks and spend time with my family. At night, I cook dinner and serve the food. After dinner, I clean the kitchen and finish any remaining work. Finally, I relax for some time and go to bed around 10 or 10:30 p.m. Let's look at a student's daily routine. I usually wake up at around 6:30 in the morning. First, I turn off my alarm, get up, and brush my teeth. Then I get ready and have breakfast. After that, I leave for school or college. My classes usually start at around 8:30 or 9 a.m. During the day, I attend classes, take notes, and take part in activities. At lunchtime, I eat with my friends and relax for a while. In the afternoon, I continue my classes or practical sessions. After school, I come back home and take some rest. Then I do my homework or study for exams. In the evening, I sometimes play games or spend time on my hobbies. At night, I have dinner with my family. Before going to bed, I prepare my bag for the next day. I also set my alarm for the next morning. Finally, I go to bed at around 10:30 or 11 p.m. Let's take a look at a retired person's daily routine. I usually wake up early in the morning, around 6 a.m. First, I turn off my alarm, get up, and freshen up. Then I have a cup of tea and start my day slowly. After that, I go for a short walk or do some light exercise. When I come back, I read the newspaper and have breakfast. In the morning, I spend time gardening or talking with neighbors. In the afternoon, I have lunch and take some rest. Later, I read a book, listen to music, or watch TV. In the evening, I go for another walk or sit outside and relax. At night, I have dinner early and spend time with my family. After that, I watch television or enjoy some quiet time. Before going to bed, I prepare a few things for the next day. I also set my alarm for the morning. Finally, I go to bed around 9:30 or 10 p.m. Here's how you can describe your weekend routine. On Saturdays, I usually start my day a little late. After that, I go out to buy groceries for the week. Then I spend some time cleaning and arranging my home. Later, I take care of small tasks and relax. In the evening, I meet friends or go out for some fun. On Sundays, I prefer a calm and peaceful day. In the morning, I go out or spend time doing something I enjoy. In the afternoon, I might visit places or do some shopping. Later, I relax at home and watch something interesting. Before going to bed, I get ready for the coming week. I also take some time to relax and clear my mind. Great job today. Now you can confidently talk about your daily routine in English. If you're still watching and haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Like, share, and comment. Learning English is easy, fun, and exciting with Easy English Boost.